Good evening. I'm going to try to run through this fairly quickly. Just the one thing with the fire department is later on your agenda is the opportunity to officially hire Matt Schumann as our new fire chief. He signed his offer letter with us, and assuming we're going to go through with that hiring process tonight, his first day will be April the 8th. And I know everybody's looking forward to having him on board. Bulk water fill station for tanks. I believe that, Alex Ewing and I spoke with Bob Merkel, who's the new solicitor for the Village of Cleves, last Friday. I think we have everything pretty much worked out in the last draft that I got today, so I hope to be able to have that to Mayor Burkholz and Cleves Council for their next meeting. And on their approval, we can just continue to move forward. Whispering Farms RFP is out, and I'll be sending that to vendors who have asked information about it. And Mr. Blanton asked me yesterday what the date was for closing on those proposals, and I can't recall. I didn't write it in here, but I'll email that to you. So I did talk with Steve Bittner, who is the new president of the Whispering Farms HOA, about the project. He also asked us about installing a couple stop signs. Mr. Miller and I are going to look at that. So they're aware that the project is coming up, and they're excited that we're going to be there and get it done. And so, weather permitting, hopefully by June. Maintenance department, Mr. Miller rode the township streets with Dominic from Strasser, and he should be getting us a list of recommendations of what products for what roads as part of our annual maintenance within the next week or so. Mr. Miller and I also looked at the ball field here at the community center. We're going to look at options to at least partially raise part of the outfield, and we're also going to present you with options to do more than that. We've got a couple ideas, but that would be for next year. So I really haven't got to talk with JJ much because during the winter he's not busy, and then when he gets here in the spring, I'm going to have to go down and follow him around the ballpark. But we're going to work with him and Andy Messer on determining the size of that third infield, so we can work on that as well. Let's see, community center parking lot lights. We received 4 quotes on that, and the lowest is from Brennan Electric. That's for your consideration later on. What we're going to do, because we've had trouble with the automatic system, is we're going to take those lights off of that system. Each light will be controlled by a photocell. I know that's new technology that's probably 50 or 60 years old, but that way if a light goes out, we know it's either there's no electric to it, the photocell bad, or the bulbs are bad. So we are still planning to, the proposals are for LED lights, which will cut down on our electric costs. The library, ran into Carrie Bernard at the We Thrive meeting today. She asked if I would just share that their Tiny Art Show started yesterday, runs through April 27th. There's some information back on the back table about that. So, just a quick list of meetings. Obviously Alex Ewing, regarding the union contract for the fire department, the Cleves agreement, fire department employee litigation. We met about 5 times total since our last meeting on the 3rd. Chief Schumann, we met as a candidate and then had several meetings in between. Someone that Trustee Blanton and Trustee Borath ran into at the Ohio Township Association conference, Stonehugger Restoration. They're providing us with a price to restore some of the old headstones in the cemetery. And if once we get to look at everything, they said the circle of Civil War headstones, they could probably get that before Memorial Day if we wanted to do that. So we'll have information to you regarding that coming soon. The ambassadors meeting was held March 6th. It was well attended. Each of the trustees had an opportunity to address the folks in attendance. I thought that was went really well. The District Advisory Council for the Hamilton County Public Health District met. they elected a new member to take Mark Rippey's place, and Mark's been there probably 12, 15 years. His name is Eric Knapp. Max Miller was elected to fill the remaining 3 years of my term, and Max is a resident here in Miami Township. He's works for Great American Insurance. Seems like a really good, well-rounded person, and he is somebody that Mark Rippey had recommended, and he's been following around along, looking at our board packets and everything for over 6 months. So I think he'll represent the West Side very well, and we're glad to have him. Also at that meeting, Danny Rosilli from Green Township will be the chair for the District Advisory Council in 2024-2025. And Dee Stone from Anderson Township will be the secretary. There was a small fee increase at the Board of Health when I was a board member, added to the contributions from townships and villages, and then the contract cities as well. But with the changes in valuation, the Miami Township portion is actually going to be reduced by $818 over what we paid this year. Always good. So I met with Mark Rosenberger and Heather, Mark, I don't know how to say Heather. Regarding the park, then we met a second time with Trustee Blanton, and then I met with Mark again, and he has a presentation coming up later on. I talked with Thomas Welsh. We had a Zoom meeting from Karma to discuss our property and casualty insurance. Our renewal's up now, but the biggest item in the renewal is the change in the deductible, where in the past, most of the deductibles were $500, sometimes up to $1,000. The new deductible across the board for every occurrence is $5,000. So while the folks at Karma are not real happy about having to deal with that, it was a board decision that the Karma board made. And we really don't have an option to go anyplace else right now until we finish up some of the litigation that we're involved in. So, but when we are, we'll look at that. Met with Fred Schlemm about the roundabout here at Shady Lane. Trustee Robinson was in attendance with that as well. And one of the things that all three of the trustees had said to me individually was, what about dog trot? We need to do something with dog trot in Bridgetown. So Fred's recommendation is that we expand the Shady Lane project down to dog trot, do something at La Rosa's to get a turn lane in there, get sidewalks all the way through that area. And he feels like we would have a better shot at doing that entire project than just this one, because dog trot apparently has more accidents and is more on their radar. So we're looking into possibilities for that. Let's see, and just a quick list of upcoming meetings. The fire department union and I will be getting together tomorrow night to just discuss the start of their contract. Have a department head meeting with all the department directors on Friday. Western Hamilton County Economic Council is Friday as well. I will be at the Ohio Auditors Conference next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'll also be taking the ethics class on one of the afternoons up there, so that'll wrap up about 3 hours extra. And the Durango Green Homeowners Association has asked that I sit in on a Zoom meeting with them. That's all I have, unless you have questions for me, gentlemen.
Any questions from Mr. Bennett?